Howdy ho, everybody. I am Donut, and I'm here with...
Mates.
I watched South Park up to season 20-something. He is watching it for the first time, blind. This episode is season 3, episode 2, Spontaneous Combustion. Okay, I definitely remember this episode.
Oh boy.
I'm trying to... So the new batch we have doesn't have the file name for the episode in it, so I'm just doing it on my phone as we go, so it's also going to be my reaction to just like, do I remember this episode? Alright, Spontaneous Combustion, I remember the concept of this episode, but I do not remember the plot of the episode.
Okay.
So, let's jump into it. You want to see the full length? Check it out in the description. There's a link to Patreon. You get it for $8 a month. Go check it out.
I'm going down south, I'm gonna have myself a time.
Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks without temptation.
Going down south, I'm gonna leave my woes behind.
And by parking doing that, people spouting howdy neighbor.
Heading on up south, I'm gonna see if I can't unwind.
As I said, I love that it's just a preview of the last season.
Yeah.
So come on down south, I can meet some friends of mine.
Can I help you find something?
Yeah, do you have any erections?
Any what?
I need to get an erection for my dad.
Very funny, boys. Go on, beat it.
Why is that funny? Dude, my mom and dad keep fighting all the time, and I heard them say it's because my dad doesn't have an erection, so I want to get one. Damn it, what the hell is wrong with everybody? That's the 5th store we've been kicked out of. Why is it so hard to get an erection? I just want an erection so I can give it to my mom. Oh, where are you gonna go? Kenny gonna see your little girlfriend again?
Oh yeah.
Right. Oh, shit. Okay, I meant to say that at the beginning of this. Okay, we're pausing it right here. Hold on.
Okay.
So, yeah, last episode, we didn't talk about the whole... Kenny got a girlfriend. He died.
Oh,
They made the reference of the, like she brought up the thing you've been bringing up forever. Like, who is they? Why do they make it plurally shy?
Right.
But yeah, and then she revived him with the CPR.
Which is possible.
Yeah, they just never tried. I mean, there's plenty of examples where they wouldn't have been able to.
Yeah.
Like being run over by a train.
He gets eaten pretty fast as well.
Yeah, you gotta really get there before the rats. It's a real race. But yeah, so we didn't really talk about that at all last episode. I want to pause right here. What did you think about that last episode?
That was honestly a really cool plot line. Like, I wasn't interested in it for like the entire for most of the episode.
Yeah.
Because I knew the build-up was going to be he dies, and then because they live far apart from each other, they're never going to talk about her again.
Yeah.
So the fact that isn't happening is really, really cool.
There is continuity. Kenny's got a girlfriend. He's died and come back to life. Which we've seen before, but also, so last episode does not count as an episode in which Kenny hasn't died in it.
Right, you did bring that up.
Yeah. That I am trying to keep a count of the episodes where Kenny doesn't die in. That is not an episode that Kenny doesn't die in. He did die in it. He just survived the end of the episode.
Yeah.
But alright, let's go back in.
Way too much time with that girl. Oh my god, Kenny, you bastards! What the hell? Just ignited.
What happened?
Perfect timing.
The string just caught on fire.
Okay, people, stand back. Give the little burnt boy some breathing room.
I've heard about this. This is spontaneous combustion, but it usually only happens to fat people near open flames.
Is it contagious?
Am I going to spontaneously
I
combust?
hope nothing happens to me.
This is very scary.
You are the best scientific mind South Park has to offer.
Oh boy.
You have to find an answer before more people combust. You do that, and you'll be the most beloved man in South Park.
Randy! We love you, Randy.
Make love to me, Randy, please.
Wow.
Find the cause of spontaneous combustion, or else.
Or else what?
Exactly.
Oh boy, was this always here?
This church, yeah. I think we've
Dude, he looks
been
so
here
peaceful
before.
without his little orange coat on. Yeah.
Lord, though we have lost Neil Smith to free agency and Steve Atwater to the Jets, still, we hope our beloved Broncos can bring home another Super Bowl championship and once again bathe in the glory of your light. Amen.
Amen.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Broncos.
Broncos.
Let's go, Broncos.
Broncos, let's go.
Nothing about Kenny.
Wow, that was short.
Boys, I haven't seen you in church lately.
Well, I'm Jewish.
You're not too Jewish to worship Jesus, are you?
It's not.
Good. Boys, how would you Saturday night.
The what?
It's like a skit where you reenact the death and glorious resurrection of Jesus Christ.
Hey, resurrection! That's what my dad needs.
Huh?
We'll do it. We'll do it.
Oh,
Don't let me down, boys.
oh boy.
This is great.
Also, more continuity. The cucking isn't working.
Good night, Jerry.
See you, Tom. Bye, Helen.
Bye, Cheer.
Oh my God, another one!
Dad, where's our Bible?
Not now, Stan. I have to find out what causes spontaneous combustion, or else.
Or else what?
Exactly.
What?
Right.
Where's our Bible?
It's in the attic with the old LPs. Boys, did you notice anything strange about Kenny in the weeks leading up to his combustion? What did he spend his time doing?
He didn't do anything. He was always with his new girlfriend.
New girlfriend?
Yeah, he started seeing this girl and he spent all his time taking the bus to go visit her. What does that have to do with his death?
Maybe nothing. Maybe everything.
Well, we're gonna go work on getting Kyle's dad an erection.
Yes, of course.
Is there only
That
people in
works.
relationships?
What?
Let's see. Jesus got crucified, then he died, then 3 days later he had his erection. Okay, there's 14 stations of the cross. It was either I'm Jesus or I'll screw you guys. I'm going home. You're such a fat baby. Well, I guess you guys can do the stations of the cross by yourselves. All right. You can be Jesus. You fucking crybaby. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but I'm Jesus and you aren't.
All right. Let's try it again. Kenny was standing here. Stan, Kyle, and Cartman were walking around him.
Oh God.
She was just on her way to her new boyfriend's house.
Boyfriend. And they said Kenny had a new girlfriend.
This is stupid. Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Oh, well, a lot of you came to church. Looks like we're all a little nervous about this spontaneous combustion thing, huh?
Yeah.
Lord, is it so much to ask that you not let us suddenly burst into flame for no apparent reason? I mean, come on. Amen. And now, some of our darling local children are going to perform the Stations of the Cross.
Peter! I don't know you, dude. Peter, wait. Peter Lane. But I'm Jesus, so I'll forgive you, I guess.
Mayor.
Wait, what?
I found out why people spontaneously combust.
Why?
Yeah, it's too complicated to explain over the phone. Call us tomorrow.
Okay, if you're right about this, Marsh, you're going to be the most popular man in South Park.
Randy!
We love you, Randy.
Make love to me, Randy, please.
Wow.
Thanks cannot get any more weak for me. Then a crown of thorns was placed on Jesus' head, and Jesus was all like, thanks. Well, this sucks that I have to die, but if I die, everyone's sins will be forgiven. So I guess it's cool. That looks pretty good. Okay, cool. See you, Cartman. Hey, wait, where the hell are you going? I don't know. I'm going home, I guess. Yeah, me too. Well, get me down from here. Cartman, how stupid are you? Didn't you read the Bible? We have to leave you up there until you die, and then you come back to life in 3 days. What? Yeah, dummy, you have to get an erection. Then I can give it to you again. I don't want to be Jesus anymore. Don't leave me here, you guys.
It wasn't the girl that caused him to combust. It was the fact that Kenny did not want to pass gas in front of her. You see, should the gas not be expelled, the methane can build up and then ignite, leading to disaster. Kenny combusted because he held his farts in for too long.
So, from this day forward, everyone in South Park will be required to fart on a regular basis to ensure that no one else spontaneously explodes.
Randy!
We love you, Randy.
Make love to me, Randy!
Oh, dude, my dad's famous.
Oh boy.
You're the best, Randy!
I am, huh? I never knew the depth of my scientific genius until now.
Oh
Too bad Cartman can't be
boy.
here to enjoy this. Yeah. Officer Bob Brady.
T! T is for turtle.
We now return to the 42nd annual Nobel
Boy,
Prize
this is getting
Awards.
really big.
And your host, Whoopi Goldberg.
This year's nominees are Harold R. Pinkerton for his further development of the grand unified theory of physics. Randy Marsh for his formulated break-wind theory on spontaneous combustion. And Alphonse Mephisto for his 7
Oh boy.
And the Nobel Prize goes to Randy Marsh for the theory of spontaneous fart thing.
Wait, Dr. Mephisto's a scientist.
Yeah, it's true, because he's not in South Park. He's just out of South Park.
Ah.
I'm the best.
But he's called the South Park Borg.
Yeah. It's just so amazing to be told that you're the best. I thought I was just a normal person like all of you, but Yeah! Well, thank you for showing me otherwise. Yeah, I kick ass, yeah!
Thanks, thanks. That was supposed to be my award, Kevin. I'll get him for this. Mark my words.
Wow, my dad's the best. All other dads suck compared to my dad. Hey, my dad's pretty cool too.
I'm sorry, honey.
It's okay. I'll just call some 20-year-old and have him come over.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Kidding? That's not funny. That hurt my feelings.
Why?
Why?
He's been cooked.
Don't worry, you guys. I'm getting an erection as we speak.
Oh no!
Actually, Carmen's getting an erection.
Oh no!
So, back up.
We have a very strange little boy, Gerald.
You wanted to see me, Mayor?
Yes, Marsh. We have a new problem, and I think only you can solve it.
I suspect you're talking about the dramatic heat wave.
Yes, the temperature is steadily rising every day. I want you to find out why.
Mayor, I think I'm a little overqualified for this. My scientific mind is best used on global problems.
All right. Name your price.
10,000. I have to protect my talent.
Done. Just find out what's happening.
Don't worry, Mayor. I'll find the cause. Or else. Or else what? Exactly.
What the? Oh, what now?
Chef!
Children, what the hell are you doing?
Just get me down from
Always say children.
Finally, my arms are killing me.
You children shouldn't be out crucifying yourselves in this heat.
Snow on the ground.
Eric, I have to tell you something, and it's really gonna bum you out.
What?
It's gonna really piss you off.
What?
This is just a dream. You're still up on that cross.
Oh boy, okay, that was a good one.
Our topic tonight is the rising temperature.
Oh, it's been a while.
Let's go to the phones. Caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, Jesus, after you got crucified, how long did it take you to die and resurrect?
Stan?
That's not the topic tonight. The topic is global warming.
Oh,
Do you have an opinion on global warming?
it sucks ass.
Okay, thank you, caller. Well, let's go to our first guest, Dr. Alphonse Mephisto. Thanks for coming. You claim to know the cause of global warming in South Park.
I most certainly do. The cause of global warming is Randy Marsh. It was Marsh's theory on spontaneous combustion that told everyone to fart all they want. Now all the methane from all those farts has ripped a hole in our ozone layer. We're all doomed to die.
Oh, crap.
We won't answer! You killed us all! Someone's gotta pay! Now we either hold in our farts and spontaneously combust, or we let our farts out and kill our entire planet. Well, I, for one, am not farting anymore. I'll try to find a solution.
We don't want your solutions, phony.
Give me that. Yeah! Damn you, Marsh! Get out of town! You fraud! Mr. Garrison, help me.
I do not know you, sir.
Yeah, who's that? Dude, that's my dad. Oh, yeah, sorry.
More people go back to holding in all their farts. Meanwhile, the ozone layer continues to deplete as others refuse to hold in their farts for fear of combustion. As we all know, the cause for all of this is Randy Marsh, the son of a bitch who calls himself a scientist. We caught up with Mr. Marsh earlier today, and he had this to say. I don't know what to say. What an asshole. I hate that guy, and so do you. And now on to the weather. It's fucking hot, thanks to Randy Marsh, son of a bitch.
Dude, those people are pissed. I know, huh? Where's your dad? He's hiding down in the basement. I don't know what to do.
Having a hard time with male potency? Well, I don't, and I'm Bob Dole. What's wrong with you? Christ, I'm Bob Dole, and I can get it up.
We want to sue Randy Marsh.
Why?
He gave us skin cancer. Yeah, he put that hole in the ozone, and now he's got skin cancer all over our hot bodies. Look. What are you doing, Dad?
Stanley, I think it's best you live with Kyle from now on. His dad is better than me.
No, he's not. He's in direction.
Really?
Dad, you've got to work. People are dying, Dad. You've got to come up with a solution.
Not me. I'm not a scientist. I'm a hack. Even if I found a solution, those people would still all hate me.
Well, that doesn't matter. At first, Jesus was all like, why me? And he was all pissed off and stuff. But then he saw that what mattered most was everybody else. So he stopped thinking about his own misery and did what had to be done. Right as Jesus was dying, he raised his hand and said, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
You're right, Stanley. You're absolutely right. Hey, that Bible sounds like kind of a good book.
It ain't bad. You should try reading it sometime. Dude, that was Star Trek again. Huh? The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few? That was Wrath of Khan. Oh, well, Bible Wrath of Khan was different.
You and me, it's forever. La, 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 la. I bet telling everybody
That's not the gag.
No, it's not the gag. This is like 5 different marathons in one.
Wow. Dad, what are you doing? You have to get started.
Right.
Kyle, where's your mother?
She's upstairs.
Well, I have something to
Oh,
give to her.
boy.
Don't worry, Kyle. Everything's gonna be okay between me and your mom.
It's all about moderation. If you never fart, you combust, but if you always fart, you deplete the ozone. So we must fart only at appropriate times or when it's really, really funny.
Huh?
I know you all hate me, but please, for your own sake, fart in moderation. You can keep stoning me now if you want.
The solution is so obvious.
Dude, Cartman, I forgot all about him. He's been up there for like 3 weeks. Wow, that's amazing. I'm really pissed off now. Dude, you're still alive, Cartman? Get me down from here. Dude, you survived all this time on the fat stored up in your body? Yes, and when I get down from here,
Oh, boy.
smoke right in the nuts.
Oh, boy.
Oh my god, what would you rate this episode?
I'll give that I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Oh. I don't know what I give this one. I give this one, I think, a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked a lot of parts of it. But yeah, I give it a 6 out of 10. Favorite joke of the episode?
Favorite joke is probably... There's a lot of standouts.
Yeah, I think mine is just the entire montage.
The montage is pretty good. I think it would have to be when Chef saves Cartman, and then he says, "Yeah, you're gonna hate me for this. You're still up there."
It's gonna really piss you off. That's great. And yeah, getting a cameo for Chef in the episode, even if it wasn't actually in the episode. A lot of characters in this episode. You know, Mephisto came back, Jesus came back.
Yeah.
Really nice to see that. It was really nice to see, you know, Mephisto not just have the one gag of just being in the Nobel Prize. He's like, oh, I gotta get revenge. And then he did come back and got through. Like, I appreciate that, you know, a lot actually happened this episode.
Yeah, it was a very meaty episode.
Yeah. The whole, spontaneous combustion thing, was that a thing up here?
It was
fear of spontaneous combustion.
No, we had news about people being freaked out about it, but it wasn't like a thing.
Yeah,
it was more of a like, hey, did you hear what they're what they're doing in other countries?
I wouldn't say it was like a big period of time. I just remember there being a couple weeks where people were just like, oh no, what? People just spontaneously combust? That's crazy. And I just remember it being a thing forever, just like a fun fact, like, hey, do you know people just catch fire and spontaneously combust? But like, I don't think there was ever like, you know, panic about it or anything like that. I just remember being really short on a time where people were just like, what? That's crazy. It's not gonna happen to me. I guess not. But yeah, it's interesting that they had a whole episode about that.
It fits the very like weird small town vibe of South Park.
Yeah. With like it only really happening there.
Yeah.
It's not, no one's, I mean, he gets like world scale recognition, but it seems to only be really happening there. And yeah, just the ending of just like fart in moderation.
Which feels very strange because I didn't really get the idea of it like when everyone was farting, but I guess it was they were forcing themselves to fart all the time.
Yeah, they were forcibly making themselves fart more than normal. Which it should be the same amount of fart no matter what.
There's only so much fart that can be in your anus.
Yeah, so you're eventually gonna get it all to go zone. It's so weird when I was but yeah, I love it. You know, it is the classic, just like taking something as stupid as that and treating it very you know, treating it seriously, the straight comedy aspect of it. Kenny starts off, still has a girlfriend, it did come back to life, immediately spontaneously combusts.
Fantastic gag. And like we got the funeral for him.
Yeah.
I don't think we had that before.
We've had a funeral before. No, I'm thinking of Ike. I'm thinking of Ike. When Kyle faked Ike's death.
Right.
And then we had the funeral for Ike. That's also, I'm not sure we've seen the church before. We have seen the pastor before.
Okay.
In that instance. I also think he did do the Broncos joke back then too.
Oh, maybe.
I think he might have. I don't remember if I just remember the gag or if I remember from that recent episode.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly, but so yeah, I don't think we've seen them have an actual funeral for Kenny. We've had like mentions of him actually dying.
Yeah, like people have
before.
reacted to his death before.
Yeah, we had the gnomes react. His mom has reacted and stuff. But yeah, I always do like whenever they whenever they purposely point out that it's not just like that they're reacting to Kenny dying all the time. They just, Kenny dies and they react like it's normal for no reason. They're just sociopaths. Like, I like that the show really reestablishes that multiple times of just, they don't care if Kenny dies, not because it happens a lot, but just they don't care.
It's like, it is presumably the first time every time.
Yeah. I think there was one episode where they said, Kenny died not last episode, but like yesterday. And then he reappears in the episode.
That was one where you said that, by the way, that's on camera.
Yeah, he just like pops into like being. That one was really weird. But yeah, let me check notes for this episode, see if there's anything.
Okay.
Parker did say that I honestly think it could be what spontaneous combustion is, because I've seen some dudes light their farts, and the fireballs were big. and that was just one fart. I'm serious. I think it's totally possible. God, Trey's a fucking idiot. Reading the like, there's so little I actually knew about Trey until going through this.
Okay.
He is such a, like, I see so much of myself in him, but to the extreme. That is a thought that I would say only in my mind. I would never actually verbalize that. And I think that's the difference between Trey and me. I think a lot of things that he thinks, and I just will never say it, because I know that I'm stupid. I actually am curious. How do you feel about, like, how religion is handled in South Park in general? Like, this episode had, stuff with the church and everything like that. Specifically with Christianity. Because America and Christianity are two very big things, right? It's not like everybody's Christian and that, but like, it's just, especially back then, most people were Christian. Like, I grew up Christian just because that's just what the norm was, right? But yeah, so how does that, like, everybody here in the town goes to the church, right? Many, like, Mr. Garrison is not someone you would think of being as religious, but he still goes to the church anyway. Stan's dad, like, oh, where's the Bible? Oh, it's upstairs with the old LPs. Right. Like, it's just with the other stuff. How is that, as a Canadian, how have you, not from South Park particularly, but just, America and Christianity and stuff, like, how widespread, like, how is the religion here in Canada? Is, I guess, what I'm trying to get at.
Okay. I'd say the religion in Canada is more casual, I suppose. Like, the thing that's always weirded me out about religion in America, or specifically Christianity in America, is how extreme it is. And, like, I mean, I know it's not like everyone is super extreme. I know, obviously, there are gradiences. Yeah. But even, like in Canada, a lot of the extreme religious stuff is still relatively small. It's a minority thing. Like, you'd rarely hear it on the news, for instance. Yeah. Whereas, like, I know American news will have, like, a pastor will do a thing and then they go on the news.
Yeah. It's it's so incredibly weird because there is this separation of church and state, which is just not a thing. They act like it is, but it's never been a thing. We tried it to be a thing, but you can't have that be a thing when the vast majority of your country is one religion. Anyway, like, it's. I wouldn't even say that it's getting better now. Like, even with more religions, it's still primarily a Christian everywhere thing.
Yeah, like every election season it comes up that, theoretically you could have someone who is not Christian in office.
Yeah.
But there has never ever been a president who is not, like, said outwardly they're Christian.
Yeah.
Like, how true that is,
If I remember correctly, I mean, I could be wrong on this. I thought the founding fathers were not religious, but were stated to be non-religious or non-Catholic at least, or non-Christian. I don't know that for sure.
Mm-hmm. What I've always heard is that they were deists, which is like a branch of like Christian thought, sometimes like non-Christian thought, but I believe like theirs was Christian thoughts, where the idea is that like God made the world and then he stepped out. Or, like, God doesn't actively interfere, but he was
I think that's what I'm thinking. Like, they don't do religion, they may think of a higher power, but I get, like, agnostic, but a little bit more on the side of God does, exist. But, like, or did exist, something like that. God did create the world, but, like, there's no, like, praying to God or whatever.
Right.
But, yeah. But, so, in principle, the separation of church and state makes sense. So you can see why they're trying to go for that sort of thing, especially just how it was all built. But it just like doesn't work. Doesn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it works anywhere. There's very like I don't know, like have all of your prime ministers been a religion, or have they been like mixed?
Honestly, I actually don't know. I'd assume probably they've all been religious, but because I we never learned about it being a big deal that we had like an atheist prime minister or anything.
Yeah, to be fair, I wouldn't know whether most presidents. Some I would definitely know. Plenty of Republicans I would 100% know, but there's plenty that I would be like, are they actually? I don't know. If I didn't know that all of our presidents have been Christian, but on an individual basis, it would be hard to. If I didn't know the the cultural thing already of that, but yeah, and I think this episode just nails that culture perfectly.
Yeah,
of the specifically that line of the Bibles up there with the LPs and the Bronco thing that the pastor does.
Yeah.
Very, very, and the guilt trippy sort of thing too.
The whole
donating to the churches. And
like now you guys are scared.
Yeah,
which is happening right now.
Yeah,
a lot of now, guys. You're not supposed to congregate, but you better congregate.
Better come to my church.
I don't care if you have to slip the money under the door. You better keep on donating.
Fucking gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. Okay, so as far as the reception for this episode goes, it was there was a few negative feedback for the episode, but season 1 had so much negative criticism for every episode. There's plenty to talk about because people were watching it. But now the people who are watching it, especially after the Terrence and Phillip episode in season 1, the people who are watching it are people who watch South Park. No Christian mom is just gonna turn on South Park because it's a cartoon. They know what South Park is now. But so there was not at this point we're leaving a lot of until there's big controversial stuff. This sort of stuff, no, really, there's a couple negative reviews, but most of the stuff are just highly recommended episode, but if you have highly strict Christian values, probably don't watch it.
Yeah, fair.
But aside from that, it got pretty highly recommended all across the board. And that is the extent of my notes for this episode.
Okay.
We'll see you guys for the next episode. Until then, get the fuck out of here.